child, no. I didn't really, just the typical things like a policeman or something like that. But no. I think all kids want to, when they're young, want to have something heroic kind of thing. When you play cops and robbers and stuff like that. In high school art class, we didn't have photography in high school, but we did photo silk screening, so we had to take pictures for the silk screen process, and I ended up liking the photography part quite a bit, so I started doing a lot more photography in high school. What influenced my career choice? Well, I had actually, at that point, I had applied to a number of universities to do geography, and I also applied at the last minute to do photography at a college. And I realized that even though I did like geography, photography was more my passion. To be a teacher, it was definitely planned out. I had worked as a photographer and had my own business, and had been teaching at the college and university. And for my profession now as a high school teacher, I had to go back to school to get my teaching degree. So that was definitely planned. Training background. Well, after high school, I did 2 years of commercial photography at community college, and then I worked in a commercial photography studio for 2 years, and then I went to university and did a 4-year Bachelor of Fine Art degree with art history and photography. Then I worked for another photography company and opened my own business. At which point I also went to grad school for a master's program in Canadian culture. Sacrifices. I don't think I've really made a lot of sacrifices to get here. No. Most satisfying aspect. Well, first of all, I come to work and I do something that I really enjoy, that I still have a passion for. And when I go home, I still have that passion for it. I really enjoy the students, actually. It keeps me fresh, and I see all sorts of new ideas. And it's fun teaching. Police dad. Well, I'd always like to have more time to do my thing, my photography, but that, that's just something that I can deal with. I think photography, or what we call new media, the digital arts, has lots of opportunities. It range from workplace to higher education. And I think it's going to become more and more of a place where people will be able to find employment or careers.
In North America?
In North America? Yeah, I wouldn't know about any other, North America, definitely. It's a visual culture here. Yeah, I think one of the issues is that people make choices to go, in particular, to go to a university program or something like that, and realize a couple of years in that it's not really something that they thought it was going to be. So I think you find a lot of people moving around programs, moving from university to college programs, that kind of thing. But can you be better prepared? I don't think so. I think if you have to apply to programs that you find interesting. I can't see somebody wanting to spend their life doing something that they're not really that interested in. Well, film photography was certainly it's a different process, different art really than digital photography. Certainly a little bit maybe more expensive, having to buy film and process it and stuff, and working in the darkroom, compared to now when we just shoot and download it into a computer. However, I really do believe that students who have some darkroom experience make better photographers and understand photography, the technical part of photography, much better than digital photographers who haven't been in darkroom. I think that once digital photography became accessible to everybody, and everybody could get a camera relatively cheap that took pretty good pictures, it certainly impacted on photography as a business. 15 years ago, there was probably 10 different photography studios in town, owned by sole ownership photography by photographers. Now I think there's only one or two. And that's because the typical thing that a photographer would photograph in a town like Kingston would be things like weddings and stuff like that. And now people have moved from hiring a photographer to do it to letting Uncle Joe do it or whatever because he's got a camera. So that has impacted on it. Certainly the price of photographs hasn't been impacted on. You know, the highest selling photograph in the world was like $4 million, and it's a digital print. However, it's not because it's a digital print that it costs $4 million. It's because it's from a certain artist in a certain style. Yeah, I think digital photography. The thing about digital photography, though, is that it's a throwaway kind of art. Mm-hmm. You don't like it, you get rid of it. You don't like it. I think a lot of people, when they look through that viewfinder, don't have that thing going through their mind that you did when you had film. That every time you take a shot, it's costing you money, so you want to take a little bit more time.
Serious.
Some people I wouldn't say like serious. I'd just say that, hey, if it doesn't look good, I'll just delete it. Well, one can certainly make really high quality digital photographs. It requires a little bit more of a higher end camera, but I wouldn't say the quality of the photograph is in how many pixels or how sharp it is. I'd say it also deals with composition, the whole process. So the art of seeing may be different now than it was 20 years ago.